Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial. So today I will be showing you how you guys can add some functionality to your websites or web apps. So let's say that you have a website or web app that maybe looks like this. It doesn't really have any functionality to it. If I click this button, nothing happens. I can't really do much with it. There is no functionality. So if you want to add functionality, like maybe on the click of this button you want to change this text right here, or you want to change this image inside. Well, to do that, we need something known as JavaScript. And today I will be showing you how you can get started with JavaScript. So the first thing that we need to do is create a JavaScript file. So to create a JavaScript file, it has to end with .js. And you can call it anything you want, but the convention is to call it script.js. Call it anything you want, but make sure that it ends with .js. Now, just like you have to link a CSS file, you also have to link a JavaScript file. So I recommend that for the safest option, you link it at the bottom of the body tag. So you have to link it using a script tag, and you have to give it a source, which tells it where the JavaScript file is located. So we can use // tells our computer that it's located within the same directory as the index.html file. Then // this option comes up and we just click on it. So now we have successfully linked our JavaScript file to our index.html. Now, this is not something you need to memorize. However, as you keep programming, it will be memorized. You'll automatically memorize it. However, if you're ever lost, just search up JS link HTML and it should just come up. You can just copy and paste this at the bottom of the body tag. Now, so let's say that I want to change this text and change this image. Before showing that, I will show you guys a more basic version of that. And so I will show you how on the click of this button, you can basically get your website to alert something to you. So the first thing that we need to do is add an on-click function to this button. So basically we go to the button tag and we add something known as on-click. So this tells our computer that on the click of this button, meaning when it's clicked, it should do something. So let's say our function is called do something. You can call it anything you want really. So on click is equal to do something. So when our button is clicked, our computer will run the do something function. And since it's linked to JavaScript here, we have to define the do something function inside of this JavaScript file. So the syntax to link a JavaScript file, well, there are two. The syntax to basically add a function to a JavaScript file, there are two ways. One is known as an arrow function and one is known as a generic type. And I will show you the generic version since it's a bit more easier. So you use the function keyword. Then you write the name of your function. We've called it do something, so just type do something. Then we add parentheses and then squiggly brackets. So there it is. We have successfully defined our first JavaScript function. Now, as soon as this button gets clicked, this function will be called. So if we want to alert something, we can use the inbuilt function alert right here. And let's say I type alert works. Now, as soon as I click this button, we will get an alert saying alert works. So let's test it out. As I clicked it, there you guys can see, we got an alert saying alert works. Now, if I change this text, this will also change. So let's say I do alert text changed, and I save that and reload. As I reload it, now it says alert text changed. So it's just simple enough and it clearly works. Another thing to note is that in JavaScript, all of your statements need to end with a semicolon. Not a big difference, but just keep that in mind. Now, moving on to the harder stuff. So how will we change this image on the click of this button? Well, we need to use something known as document.getElementById. So document.getElementById basically checks the entire document. So this entire document of ours, and based on the ID we pass, it returns the element that is associated with this particular ID. So let's say we want to get our image. The ID we have given to it is image view. So I copy and paste the name of this ID. And now this statement right here, document.getElementById image view, will return this image right here since that is the element associated with the ID of image view. Now, if you want to change the image, how we do that is through the source attribute, as we can see here. So all we have to do, simple enough, is just type .source is equal to, and then we give it the path of the image. Since the image I want to change it to is within the same directory, I can just simply do // and then type the name of the image. So I have checked.jpg right there. Now, something you guys will see is as I click this button, this image should change. So let's test it out. There you go. I click this button and this image changed. Now, let's say I want to do the same with this heading. I want to change the text of this heading. I would recommend that if you guys want to practice a bit, maybe pause the video right here and try using this document.getElementById to change the heading of this. So of the heading right here. I hope you did that. Now, I will show you how to do that. So, once again, we need to use the ID of this heading. So we do document.getElementById and we pass in the ID. So heading future is associated with this heading, so our page will return this element to us. To change its text, we use something known as dot inner text. So whatever we define it to will be the new text. So if I say JS heading changed, then as I click the button, this is what the new heading will read. This will change to JS heading changed. So let's test it out. As I click this button, we got the image to change and we changed this text too. So I hope this tutorial was really easy to follow and it made sense. It was a really simple and brief tutorial, and although it is really simple, the opportunities are endless. You guys can really do whatever you want with it, and I hope it was easy to follow. I hope it was clear. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below for any feedback you have for me. And in the next tutorial, or in the next upcoming tutorials, I will show you how to do some more advanced things in JavaScript. So I will show you how you can add an event listener to this button. So you don't have to explicitly define a function. What you can do is add an event listener so that your page is going to be listening for when this button has something done to it. So if you hover on this button or you click it, or whatever you do to it, our page will be listening, and then you can do a bunch of cool things to your page. Another thing you can do with JavaScript is that you can change the style. So if I wanted to make this border blue or white using the button click, I will also show you how to do that, since that's a bit more advanced, and I will get to that. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Thank you.